This is huge. I mean, yep, it's our homeless youth Super Bowl right now. It's important, so it doesn't matter that everyone's sick. It doesn't matter that all the volunteers show up and they're cold or whatever. They were warned, and this is what we're here to do. Yeah, it's cold, but you know what? It's not as cold as sleeping on the streets. Lay down on this cement for 5 minutes and you tell me that we have anything to complain about, and we don't. So we're ready. We're ready to go. The point in time count happens all over the country on this day, on the 26th, all over the United States, to try to get a grasp on homeless individuals in their community. We focus on the youth, 18 to 24 here. And these are the wristbands that give them access to the free market. America. So the free market has all the incentives to get the youth to participate in the count, and there's tents and sleeping bags and every necessity for a young person to be on the streets, minus housing.
We're sorting all the clothes into piles so that we can organize it better for when people get here.
The only clothing that we asked for was coats, but we ended up with all of this. So we'll give it all out. Every kid or every young person will get a coat. Thank you. And so throughout the count, we want to make sure that they get whatever it is that they need, but it's just so much. So whatever ends up excess will go to other youth-specific programs. So that way, if people donate it to the youth, it's going back to that same area. So we'll use probably 85 volunteers over 36 hours. So everybody, so many of these people have taken time off work. It's great when local businesses or communities come together to then promote volunteerism and promote helping out. So TMCC has been outstanding, like in terms of gathering of stuff. I mean, just unparalleled, really.
Nice flip-flops. You want some flip-flops?
Oh my God, that's super, because you know what people need? No, just keep whatever's in there. You just keep that. It's going away.
You need a straightener?
Most of them will identify in the downtown region and in the corridor. And most of that is because only 1 in 4 kids, according to our survey last year and the previous year, only 1 in 4 feel safe going to the shelter. There was a case, not incident, maybe like a year and a half ago. Young people moved into one particular area that was already occupied by adults. The adults dumped bleach all over the kids and all over their stuff as a way to sort of chase them away, because if you end up with too many homeless people in one place, then you're going to attract attention. And they don't really want to attract attention, because then somebody's going to come and ask them to move on. But in our city, it's illegal to camp within our boundaries. So until there is a place for people to go, they're just continuously moving and hiding. And then we as a community wonder why they're not getting jobs and wonder why they're not more participatory in the system. And that's because they're not getting a good night's sleep. They're not able to rest. So they have to be awake all night long because they're worrying about their belongings. I'm going to tell you guys about the surveys too, just so you know all the information, everyone's on the same page. Oh, some of these have pens, so don't kill yourself. But just hold on to it so you can just kind of see. They're sitting here. You guys can read through them at any time to know what kind of questions. Every year we try to refine them to ask the most detailed questions so that we can take them back to other youth organizations and show them where the deficit is and how they're going to be able to improve. We marked, I think, I don't know, maybe 100 sleeping bags with like messages of positivity. So they're gonna get some sweet little note. They might not notice it in the moment, but we want them to know, like, people love you. People want to make sure that you're okay. And there's a lot of people that are lobbying on your behalf, including all these volunteers and all the ones around Reno that try to take care of this population. We have record lows, and there's no shelter, and there's no place for young kids to go. So the very least we could do is provide that, you know, provide something. Just have one little moment of being warm and feeling like, yes, I can have it together for the minute. So that's important.
My name is Caitlin Watson. I just turned 18 last December. I guess last year I did volunteer, but because I wasn't 18 I wasn't allowed to do it overnight, so I served up lunch.
There you go.
It was actually kind of scary how many kids were my age were on the streets by themselves, and I wanted to volunteer again. I probably will continue volunteering as long as I possibly can, because I realize how much I do have, and I need to start focusing more on what I do have than what I don't. And I need to do everything I can to help supply that for whoever else I can.
My name is Janine Moreland. I'm the Housing Programs Manager for Nevada Youth Empowerment Project, and we're at West Street Plaza in the first hour of the homeless youth point in time count. Counting homeless youth between ages 18 and 24. The count is, we're doing it on behalf of HUD, so we report the numbers to the Department of Housing and Urban Development so that they can take them into consideration when they are determining funding for the area. It's our job to help these people. They're people just like us. They're not any different from us, and we should not push them aside or treat them any differently than we would want to be treated. We should help them.
Way over right now.
Oh yeah. You go.
This is where the youth aged 18 to 24, we survey them to learn more about their demographics, where they're staying, if they have any abuse in the past, and what their background is and how they became homeless. In order to solve youth homelessness, we need to know why it's happening. We have a huge lack of housing in Reno, so a lot of youth in the survey, one of the questions is, if you had access to a youth shelter, would you accept it? And I would say most people say yes to that because we don't have that.
Last year, what issues have you encountered with trying to get help or access services?
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel so privileged to have come from a safe and stable home, and to see that people aren't given that option and aren't given something that I took for granted so easily, like going to a safe home and being warm at night. And it just is a huge barrier that is really impossible to overcome unless you have good services set up.
This is the free market. So in here, they show at the front that they have a wristband and they can get a backpack. We had lots of these really big city packs, so they're like very hot commodity.
And then I heard about the 2 kids who were at the shelter and got a job, and then they lost their
The bed because of
the
it.
bed,
Yeah, because they
were
have a
actually
job.
working.
You have to be there at a certain time in line with your ID. And if you're not able to be there at that time with your ID, what if you don't have an ID?
Yeah.
You know, like
a lot
what
of them
about that?
don't.
Yeah. So when they aren't there because they're working, they don't get a bed anymore, especially the youth, because the older homeless individuals are right there, no problem, no problem. That's what we were just talking
No,
about.
that's what I was just saying. That's awful.
Can you believe it? We work so hard to get them jobs, and then they give their beds away while they're at work.
Just to be able to get them on their feet, unemployment.
Right. Unemployment, because you can make more on that, and it's the same thing. You're trying to do the right thing, but the system kind of bogs you
Kind of
down.
works against you
It does,
sometimes.
yeah. Oh, this is
So in here, so it starts out with a lot of hygiene items. It's all completely done. So hygiene items, chapsticks,
Hello, my name is Catherine Hurtado. I am 23 years old and I live in the city of Reno. The reason why it's really, really important for me is I'm a young woman as well, and there's a lot of young students out here that need a lot of support, clothing-wise, food-wise, and just staying warm. There was one story that there was a young girl that had to sleep in the street because she didn't have enough money to get a room to stay in. So all her things got super wet. So she ended up throwing everything away. So starting all over again. So this is a well opportunity to come and get whatever is needed, clothing wise, shoes wise, food wise, just to help the community. We're here to help, and it's just we just come with lots of love.
Some lady that was already here today said that whatever food they're feeding there is super crappy, and they've been feeding it every night. They've had it the last 5 nights. So you're eating crappy food and it doesn't taste good. That sounds super. Who's in charge of that program? Let's work that out. But you guys speaking up, it's who has the power, because every city council member wants to, of course, get in your ear. Anybody that's important now wants to say, oh my God, I know the youth city council, blah, blah, blah. Don't they? I mean, they probably say it nicer.
They try their best to, yeah.
Yeah, but I think realistically, then you guys can elevate a problem like this. And between you and the high school giving circle, you guys give us $2,000. So we're 54 here, although we're still surveying till midnight. So we think probably we could get up to 65 maybe here. And then we did almost another 20 across town at the Eddie House. I think it's been great. The weather inhibited us because it's been so cold, and we know that a lot of kids are staying in local hotels and motels because who wants to come out and it's crazy cold. But I think actually it's been good. The response has been good. The kids have been so grateful that we're here. They recognize us from last year, which is pretty awesome. And they feel a sense, even though we're only here for this one time a year. I mean, I've had people come up to me that remember my name from 364 days ago and have come and tried to help. What can I do? They want to work together, and they take care of themselves in a way that's so respectful for the others. What we see so many times is that the adults come in, they're all, oh, there's something free? Holy shit, I'm taking it all. But the youth really make sure they really look at the water bottle, whatever it is, and take their time. They take a moment. Oh, no, I don't need that. Or yes, I do. They consider it in a different way. And I think that's something that not everyone pays attention to. It's just a different dynamic, which shows how much more compassionate they are.
we have to point and count. Already giving away stuff for the youth, you know, for homeless youth, doing things, make people's lives better. You know.
How's it been for you?
It's been good. It's treating me good. Something normally people don't do, especially not for young people or for the old, you know. So.
And what kind of supplies do you get?
Supplies, alright, this jacket right here that I'm actually wearing, these gloves. Got food. Seen a couple people get shoes. I got some more like tents and, you know, place to sleep better. Well, I'm from South Central California, LA, Los Angeles. You know, grew up with this family that didn't really care too much about, you know, other people. So, had to get it on my own or struggle. I'd rather get it, so, you know, coming out here is different. It's a little more better, more job opportunities, a lot more to do, you know? Get away from the badness. It's bad everywhere you go, but out here, you know, opens your eyes up, shows you new things. That's all you can ask for.
I like buying.
So what do you think about people who in events like this that help homeless out?
The type of people?
Yeah.
They deserve to go straight to heaven. You know? They're real good people taking the time out of their lives. You know? Doing it not for the money, just from the goodness of their heart.
If I have to be in it, so you.
Were you down here?
Let me do it with